What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Mika Chanel, back with another edition of Mika Chanel Is Just Saying. This is my third time trying to tape this. The cat is just coming here. He's messing with my makeshift studio that I got going on, and he knocked my lamp over, almost knocked my camera all over, whatever. Anyways, look, I am back with the second part of Hollywood Divas, Season 1, Reunion Part 2. Okay, that's what we're talking about right now. So it opens up the same way that it ended with Golden Brooks in backstage. She's talking to Carlos. Oh, the host of the show, who also is the other executive producer of the show, is named Carlos King. His name is not Andre. I don't know why I was calling him Andre. His name is Carlos. Okay, so we're gonna call him Carlos. Anyway, so Golden is backstage talking to Carlos, and basically she's just saying, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Her husband just disrespected me. I didn't throw a drink in her face. I don't know why she's fabricating this story. Can I please be done with it? I don't want to deal with this ghetto bullshit right now, okay? So she comes back out and she sits down on the stage, and they go on with the show. They bring Forrest, Paula's husband Forrest, as well as Paula's mom, Miss Parker, to the stage. And I don't think my oh shoot, my watch stopped, and I don't know, I have to go get my husband in a little bit. So bring Forrest and Miss Parker to the stage to kind of discuss their issues. So when Forrest comes to the stage, he tells Golden that he apologizes to Golden, says, "I'm really sorry." He also apologizes to his mother-in-law for the whole comment he made about, I'm really trying hard not to treat you like a bitch in the street. So he apologizes to both of them. He says that my mother did not raise me in that way, did not raise me to disrespect women, and that's just not who I am as a man. But I don't believe that. I don't believe it at all, because first of all, it just seemed like you have some kind of anger going on, and you're okay with directing that anger towards women. I don't know if it's because your wife emasculates you and tells the world that she married this broke ass and got, basically lost her career because of him. I don't know if he has some anger about that or what, but he definitely has some anger going on. You know what I'm saying? So Carlos asks Miss Parker if he had ever talked to her in that way before, and she said, well, he's never cursed me before, he's never called me out of my name before, but we have had some heated conversations, and he said some things, that weren't very nice, you know what I mean? So probably on the same level of cursing her out, just not actually cursing, using the curse words. But so he basically, they talk, and he was just basically saying, for the first 6, 7, 8 years, they didn't get along, and for the last few years, they have been getting along. And it seemed like when he made that comment to her and they were having that conversation, he said it just seemed like she was bringing up a lot of the old stuff, and he didn't really want to go there. So they kind of, they don't really talk a whole lot to him and her mother or whatever, but they do ask her, why doesn't she like him? And she's like, because he doesn't have a job. And that was it. That was her answer, because he doesn't have a job, and I don't blame her. You know what I'm saying? No mother wants to see her daughter at a point where she's living in a pay-by-the-week hotel because they don't have money, when the husband is not working. Come on now. You're not working. You need to work. I don't care what you do. You just need to work. It doesn't matter. At least you don't have to be a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? You do not have to be a millionaire. You don't even have to be 100,000-aire. You know what I'm saying? Just get a check and at least make an effort. You know what I mean? But to his, I guess, defense, I don't know, but it seems like Paula is not willing to let him kind of leave her to go to work. It seems like she wants him around her all the time. She seems to be very insecure with the relationship, just in the way that she goes off. So first Lisa tells her that she feels like, you know, it's not so much Forrest not wanting to work. It's more so Paula not allowing him to work and holding, you know, the leash so tight and not allowing him to go out and work. And then Elise says, you know, he's very talented and I really wish you would allow him to use that talent to provide for you guys or whatever. And Forrest is like, well, you know what, she is now. And Paula says, you know, basically that she has learned a lot from watching herself on the show. She's learned a lot about life and about herself and things like that, and things she may need to change, which is good. I mean, if you're on a reality show, that's what you need to do. You need to sit there and you can watch yourself. I mean, not everybody has that. You know, us that have never been on a reality show before, we don't have that where, you know, we see things from another person's perspective because we're sitting there watching the TV, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you should learn from that. And if it's some negative things that you were putting out there, then, you know what I'm saying, correct it next time. So hopefully she's telling the truth and she did learn that her husband needs to work. And she can't be so insecure, you know what I'm saying, just like with the whole Golden thing. So her and Golden go back and forth. And, you know, she felt like Golden was flirting with her man a few different times. She felt like Golden was flirting with her man, and she did confront Golden about flirting with her man, and they got into a very heated argument during the show. And they didn't really get into a huge argument tonight, but it did get a little heated back and forth with, you know, just, you know, well, I felt like you were flirting with my husband or whatever. And Carlos was like, Golden, you are a flirt, right? You know, you flirt with me, you flirt with Todd, you flirt with everybody. You know, Todd Tucker, Candy's husband from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, he's the other executive producer on Hollywood Divas. So anyway, so she was just basically saying, look, I don't want your man. And Paula's like, you know, I just didn't like that whole flirting. I didn't like it. And that's why I keep his ass at home and he can't work. Because I don't want to deal with y'all. Y'all women is all over my man. But what nobody want his broke. His broke butt. Girl, please. Sit down some dang where. Anyways, so they have a live audience during this, which is kind of like a throwback to Basketball Wives, you know. Their reunions, they always have like a live audience. So Todd is in the audience and he's like, you know, getting people to ask, you know, questions or whatever. So what was the first question? I can't remember what the first question was, but then there was a question to Golden about who her daughter's father is, and I can't think of the man's real name, but he's actually Malcolm from Single Ladies. And y'all know Malcolm from Single Ladies, y'all. Y'all know the one that Lisa Ray was dating. Yeah, his old sexy chocolate. Yes, so she said, yeah, that is her daughter's father, but the look on her face, it just did not seem like it was a happy situation. So, anyways, and then, I don't know, a couple more people asked some questions that, honestly, I don't remember, and I didn't even write them down. So anyways, let's move on then. So they discussed, you know, plastic surgery or any type of tweaking that they've had done. And of course, we know Countess had her lipo because she did it on the show. Paula says that she's had lipo a couple of different times. Well, because it all started off, okay, so this is how it starts off. This was the question. This is how it started off with the plastic surgery. So one of the girls in the audience, or was it a guy? No, one of the girls in the audience was like, Elise, if you're such a good friend, why would you go and tell Lisa Wu that Golden Brooks was talking about her booty injections? You know what I mean? And Elise is just like, look, I'm friends with Golden and I was becoming friends with Lisa and I said some things and it is what it is. It wasn't anything malicious behind it or anything like that, which, whatever. But I didn't realize Lisa Wu had booty injections. What is this thing with booty injections? Everybody want a big old booty. I want a big booty too, but I mean, I'm just working out with some squats. I'm not about to go and inject some in my body. I can't see it, but I'm not against it at all. I'm not against plastic surgery in any kind of way, because, you know, I might be needing some Botox soon up around here. So, hey, do what you need to do. So Elise says that she's, you know, has breast implants. And she kind of said it with an attitude. She's like, I have breast implants, and I've never denied that I didn't have breast implants. Like, did nobody ask you all that? You know what I'm saying? You have to get all defensive with it. I mean, dang. Are you mad that you have breast implants? I mean, who cares? And so then Golden was like, no, I've never had anything done or whatever. And Carlos is like, well, Lisa says that you've had Botox. And she's like, I've never had Botox. But the look on everybody else on that stage face says that Golden has had Botox. Everybody was looking at her like, girl, you know you lying. You know you lying. I mean, like, all of them were. It was so funny. Anyways, then like Countess and Carlos, they have like this real emotional moment when she discusses her looks and how she felt even from a young girl, you know, 8 or 9 years old when she was on 227, how like, you know, the adults would talk about her weight, talk about, you know, she's ugly and things like that. And you know, on the show she went to like a counselor or whatever, so I guess when she was talking after she met with the counselor or before, I'm not sure, she called the producer Carlos and I guess, you know, just told him, you know, thank you for caring about me and allowing me to tell my story and things like that. It seemed like she's just going through a lot. And she's trying to get on the other side of that. You know what I mean? Like she's gone through some things. She's taken, you know, 5-6 years off. And she's just trying to get on the other side of whatever this hurt and all this baggage that she's been carrying with her. You know, she talks about a self-induced abortion that she had. She didn't give any specifics on what she did. Because she said she didn't want anyone out there to take that and try to do what she did because she could have killed herself. So I'm not really sure how you give yourself an abortion, but she said she was 18. You know, she was on, I don't know if she was on the Parkers then or was she on Moesha? I'm not sure at that time, but yeah, she was like, you know, she couldn't have a baby. You know, it just wasn't in her plans at that moment, at that time in her life or whatever. And I guess she was scared to tell her parents and probably the producers of the show or whatever. She had never told anyone until she came on to Hollywood Divas. So it was just really sad. She cried a little bit. And then she... right in the middle of that, Golden starts crying. And I'm like, why is Golden crying? Like, she's like, you know, boo-hoo, tears, snot, everything coming down. I'm like, why is Golden crying, you know? And so she says that she's crying because Countess didn't believe her when she says that she was coming from a good place. Because Countess feels like Golden was being a little phony when she was trying to say, you know, I want to help you. And I'm going to help you fix yourself from the inside out, because Golden had made a comment saying, you know, well, I'm not trying to save the whale. You know what I mean? And that really hurt Countess's feelings. You know, and they have like this back and forth little conversation about that and about how Countess was like, I mean, Golden's like, that was never my intention. I'm always coming from a good place, but I wouldn't be a good friend if I told you that, you know what I'm saying, that your weight is healthy. Heart disease is a #1 killer, especially among our people. And, you know, I'm not going to sit here as a friend and say, yeah, it's okay to go out and get lipo and then go down and then come out and go get you a dang 2-piece from Popeyes, or probably a 6-piece. I don't know, but from Popeyes, and then just be like, you know, whatever, suck it out or whatever and put on your little Spanx and keep it moving. She was like, I wouldn't be a good friend if that's how I am, but if that's the type of friend you want me to be, then that's the type of friend that I'll be or whatever. So, they basically hug it out and say they're going to move on. We'll see if they actually move on. I hope so. I don't know. I'm not really a Golden fan anymore, so I don't know. Anyways, so then right after that scene, you see Paula. She starts talking about how she was just really upset about the women wanting to vote her off the show. I mean, you know, off of the project that they were working on, the play, the White Sisters. I mean, not to play the movie, the White Sisters that they were working on, because basically Paula was never around. And if you watch the show, excuse me, if you watch the show, you see that she had like a whole bunch of other things going on, and what she was doing was she was starting to work on True Blood. And so she was basically saying that it all happened at one time, like her booking Hollywood Divas, her, you know, getting the movie, The White Sisters together, and then getting called for True Blood. Like, it all happened at the same time. And though it was, she was so happy, you know, that everything was going on. And even though she did have an obligation to the Divas, you know, she also had to make money and do what she needed to do. And she admitted that she was a little greedy and with her time, and not like not wanting the ladies to shoot when she wasn't there, and things like that, when she wasn't able to be there or whatever. So, but she was like, you know what, look, I hadn't worked, and so, well, she said I hadn't eaten in so long, I was starving, you know, basically saying, you know, look, I haven't had any work in like 20 years. Not that long, but shoot, it's been a while for her. You know, she was like, I'm living in this dang on hotel. Like, look, I'm sorry, I wanted it all. I wanted it all, okay? And I mean, she was like, I got it done. She did get it done. She alienated everybody, but she did get it done. You know what I'm saying? So, hey. I done flipped the page the wrong way. And then, actually, they show, right after that, they show a trailer of the movie. And the movie actually looks like it might be good. I wasn't so sure when they were showing a little film, you know, showing them filming it. But it actually seemed like it might be a decent, you know, Netflix movie or something. You know what I'm saying? HBO movie of the night. I don't know. A little something. Definitely not Lifetime, you know, step up from Lifetime. But I doubt if it'll be in the theaters anytime soon anyways, which is okay. Hey, they're working, they're gonna make their money, so that's all good. And that was basically the end of the show. Actually, the end of the show was them, Carlos asking all of them would they come back. They all said yes. Golden didn't want to say yes. I'm not sure if she actually said anything. But she knows she coming back because he said that they've been green lighted for a second season. And I know they're all coming back, Golden too, even though she don't want to be a reality star. It's too late, honey. You are. You became a reality person as soon as you signed that contract to be on Hollywood Divas. And you can spin it and say it was for a different project or whatever. But basically, you are a reality star. And they are going to come back for a second season, which, you know, TV One, they'll keep renewing shows for like ever. You know what I mean? It doesn't even matter if nobody watches them. I think they just keep putting their dang shows on, you know what I'm saying, on TV. Like, Love That Girl. Oh my God, that show is still on. Seriously, that show is still on. I can't even believe it. They don't even have the same like people. Tatiana Ali's not even on there anymore. It was horrible when she was on there. It's even worse now. Like, seriously. Anyways. So yeah, that's basically it for Hollywood Divas season 1. Like I said, I wasn't really a fan of the show. I watched it and maybe more like skimmed it because I was like half listening when it was on or whatever. I just was a fan of all of the ladies, and I really wanted to see, but, you know, like I said, Elise and Golden really turned me off. Let's see how they do in season 2. Maybe they'll, you know, come back with different attitudes and try to be a little different or whatever, but, you know, it wasn't a lot of drama. I did like the fact that it wasn't a lot of drama, but they still could have tried to spice it up a little bit, or at least give more of their personal lives. Maybe next season they'll do that. And it might be a little more interesting because just with them together, it just seems so manufactured that it was just kind of hard to get into, you know. So, I don't think I have anything else to say on Hollywood Divas. So I'm going to end it right there. And I'm just going to say stay tuned. No, stay real, stay safe, and stay tuned to Mika Chanel Is Just Saying. Bye-bye.